How many times have you stood at the edge of something new, heart racing, eyes full of hope, and whispered to yourself, "This is it. My life is finally about to change." And then, without warning, everything falls apart. The call doesn't come, the plan fails, the door closes, and suddenly, you're left standing in the same place, but feeling like a completely different person. The truth is, life doesn't always break us loudly. Sometimes, it breaks us quietly, through one small decision, one wrong step, one moment of rushing. That changes everything. But here's the part most people don't understand. The same moment that feels like the end is often the beginning of something real. Today's story is about a young man who didn't lose everything because life was cruel. He lost everything because he moved too fast, because he believed that opportunity would never come again. And in trying to hold on to that opportunity, he let go of everything else. But life had a different plan. So stay with me till the end. Because this story is not just about failure, it's about patience, growth, and the quiet way life rebuilds you after you think you're broken. In a quiet town in Oregon, far away from busy highways and loud cities, there was a small neighborhood where mornings were slow and evenings felt endless. The roads were narrow, lined with tall pine trees that whispered softly whenever the wind passed through. And in that quiet place lived a young man named Noah. Noah was 23 years old, not extraordinary, not famous, not rich. But if you looked closely, you would notice something different about him. He worked, not loudly, not for attention, but with a kind of quiet determination that most people never develop. Every morning, before the sun painted the sky orange, Noah would wake up. He didn't check his phone. He didn't scroll through distractions. He would sit quietly for a moment, drink a simple cup of coffee, and prepare himself for another long day. Then, he would take his old bicycle, the chain slightly rusted, the seat worn out, and ride down the empty road to a small mechanic shop. The shop wasn't impressive. The walls were stained. The tools were old. The floor was always covered in oil and dust. But for Noah, it was everything, because this place was his starting point. All day, he worked, fixing engines, changing tires, tightening bolts, solving problems that others avoided. His hands were rough, his clothes were never clean, but he never complained, because deep inside, Noah believed something simple. If I keep going, something better will come. And one day, it did. It was a quiet afternoon, the kind where nothing unusual ever happens. Then suddenly, a black SUV rolled slowly into the shop. It didn't belong there. Too clean, too expensive. The engine stopped, the door opened, and a man stepped out. He was calm, sharp eyes, clean clothes, the kind of person who didn't need to speak loudly to be taken seriously. He didn't say anything at first. He just stood there, watching Noah work, not for a few seconds, but for a long time, watching how he moved, how he focused, how he didn't give up when something was difficult. After nearly 20 minutes, the man walked closer. "You're good," he said. Noah looked up, confused. "I run an auto service company in Portland," the man continued. "We're expanding, and I need someone like you." For a moment, Noah didn't respond. Because this was the moment he had imagined so many times. A chance, a real chance. The man offered him a job, better salary, better environment, a new beginning, and just like that, Noah's world changed. That night, he couldn't sleep. He kept imagining a different life, a bigger city, a better home, a version of himself that had finally made it. And in that excitement, he made a mistake. The next morning, without thinking deeply, without waiting, without asking enough questions, Noah walked into his boss's office. "I quit," he said. His boss looked at him, not angry, just quiet. "Are you sure?" he asked. "Yes." Noah didn't want to risk losing the opportunity. He believed this was his only chance. That night, he told his parents. His mother smiled. "This is your moment." But his father stayed quiet for a few seconds, then said something simple. "Just make sure you're not rushing something you don't fully understand." But Noah didn't listen, because excitement often speaks louder than wisdom. 2 days later, his phone rang. Unknown number. He answered, and instantly, he knew something was wrong. The voice on the other side was no longer confident. "I'm sorry, Noah," the man said. "The investors pulled out. We are freezing all new hires." Noah didn't move. "The position is gone." Silence. Heavy, painful silence. Because in that moment, everything became clear. He had already quit his job. There was nothing left. No income, no backup plan, no second chance. Just like that, one decision changed everything. That night, Noah sat outside his house. The same road, the same trees, but everything felt different. "I ruined it," he whispered. His father sat beside him. For a long time, he said nothing. Then quietly, he spoke. "Maybe." Noah looked at him, confused. "Or maybe this is something you don't understand yet." Days passed. Noah stayed home. People talked. He got greedy. He made a mistake. He lost everything. And maybe they were right. But life wasn't finished with him yet. One morning, while cleaning an old storage shed, Noah found something. An old toolbox, his grandfather's. Rusty, forgotten, but still there. He opened it slowly, and for a moment, something inside him changed. That same day, he made a decision. Not a big one, not a perfect one, just a small step. He set up a wooden table by the roadside, a few tools, a simple sign. Repair, low cost. At first, nothing happened. No customers, no income, just silence. Then winter came. The cold was harsh. The wind cut through his skin. His hands cracked, sometimes bleeding, as he worked with freezing metal. Some days, he earned almost nothing, but he didn't stop, because now he had learned something important. Rushing had cost him once. This time, he would wait. He would build. Slowly, day after day, he showed up, even when no one came, even when it felt pointless. And then, one evening, everything changed. A delivery truck broke down nearby. The driver was frustrated. "No one is around," he shouted. Noah stepped forward. "I can try." It wasn't easy. Cold hands, long effort. But after 40 minutes, the engine started. The driver smiled. "How much?" Noah paused. "Whatever you think is fair." That moment changed everything. Because from that day, people started coming. Slowly. Very slowly, but steadily. And this time, Noah didn't rush. He built it, one step at a time. And years later, he stood inside something he built himself. Not overnight, but honestly. And that's when he finally understood. Life doesn't reward speed. It rewards patience. It rewards consistency. It rewards those who don't give up after one mistake. So remember this. Don't rush your decisions. Don't panic in failure. And don't judge your life too early. Because sometimes, your biggest mistake is just the beginning of your real story. And now, before you leave, I want you to pause for a moment. Think about your own life. Was there ever a time when something went wrong and you thought, this is the end for me? Maybe you lost a job. Maybe something you worked for didn't work out. Maybe life didn't go the way you planned. But look at where you are now. Did that moment really destroy your life? Or did it quietly push you towards something better? Because the truth is, most of the time, we don't fail. We just get redirected. So the next time something doesn't go your way, don't panic. Just take a deep breath and remind yourself, maybe this is not the end. Maybe this is just a new direction. If this story made you think, or reminded you of something in your own life, write it down in the comments, because your story might be the reason someone else doesn't give up today. And if you believe that more people need to hear messages like this, take a second to like this video and share it with someone who needs it. And don't forget to subscribe, because every week we bring you stories that don't just entertain, but stay with you. Until next time, stay patient, stay grounded, and trust your journey.